The scholarship kid made a bet with me. If we both fell into the ocean at the same time, who would the two girls we grew up with save first? Before I could even agree, he shoved me off the ledge. Two splashes hit the water. Liam jumped in right after me. Through the rushing sound of water and frantic screaming, I struggled, sinking fast. My thoughts vanished, replaced by an all-consuming terror. Salt water flooded my nose and mouth. I kicked desperately, but the current dragged me down. My consciousness began to blur. Through the haze, I saw two familiar silhouettes diving in. They swam fast, straight toward Liam. The two childhood best friends who had sworn on their lives to protect me had chosen him. In the split second that Liam and I hit the water, they didn't hesitate. It was laughable. Years of shared history, a lifetime of bonds, all outweighed by a guy they'd known for a month. In that moment, I stopped fighting. Eventually, a lifeguard on a jet ski hauled me out. But when I dragged my weak, shivering body back to the Sterling estate, I found my belongings dumped in a pile outside my bedroom door. Harper Sterling saw me approach and spoke in her usual cool, detached tone. Liam was traumatized by the accident today. Your room is more spacious, so we're letting him sleep there. You don't mind, right? Her younger sister, Piper, glared at me when I didn't answer immediately. Harper asked you a question. Are you deaf? I knew they weren't asking for my permission. They were notifying me. This was their house. What say did I have? After my mom died, they insisted the estate was too big and lonely for me to live in alone. They begged me to move in, promising we'd be family. But looking at them now, I knew I was done. Of course I don't mind, I said flatly. Harper's lips curved into a satisfied smile, as if she were granting me some great favor. Piper just scoffed, looking at me with pure disdain, as if my very presence was an eyesore. Dragging my exhausted body, I walked to the corner of the hall to gather my scattered things. To them, my possessions were trash, just like my status in this house. I could leave everything else behind, but I had to find a sapphire bracelet. It was the only heirloom my mother had left me. I had to take it. Caleb, I only took your room because I was so scared today, Liam said, walking over to pull at my arm, his face a mask of innocent grievance. I'll only stay a few days. You aren't mad, are you? His hand clamped right over the gash on my arm from the underwater rocks. He squeezed. His expression was apologetic, but his eyes were mocking, and his grip tightened painfully. I flinched and shook him off. I didn't push hard, but he threw himself backward with theatrical force. Harper rushed over and shoved me hard, her eyes full of hostility. Weak as I was, I lost my balance and slammed into the wall. Harper loomed over me. Caleb Vance, we have spoiled you rotten. I'm warning you. Touch Liam again and see what happens. Piper scrambled to help Liam up, glaring at me like I was a criminal. I looked up, meeting the cold gazes of the two sisters I had known for over a decade. For years, the Sterling sisters had given me unconditional favor. Harper said she'd look after me forever. Piper joked she'd be my bride. They promised that whoever I married, the other would be the maid of honor. But the arrival of Liam Tate turned those vows into a sick joke. Now, their eyes held only anger for me and heartache for him. Caleb, it's all my fault. Please don't be mad. Liam sobbed, tears dripping off his chin. I'll give the room back right now. I know I don't deserve it. He struggled as if trying to pack, but the sisters held him back, comforting him. They looked at me with zero warmth. But my eyes were locked on Liam's wrist, the sapphire bracelet. Rage ignited in my chest. That bracelet was my mother's legacy. I treated it like a holy relic, never even wearing it, only taking out to look at it when I missed her. And now, this manipulator was wearing it like a cheap accessory. I gritted my teeth, pointing a shaking finger at him. Liam, that bracelet is my mother's. Why is it on your wrist? Liam looked panic-stricken, fresh tears welling up. Caleb, I know it's my fault. My family was poor. I've never seen such a beautiful bracelet before. I didn't know it was your mom's. I thought it was just regular jewelry. I'll take it off. He fumbled with the clasp, crying as if he were the victim of a great injustice. Harper's heart broke for him. Liam, leave it on. If you like it, wear it. She turned to me, her face darkening. It's just a bracelet. Since Liam likes it, let him have it. I'll buy you a new one. I looked at her in disbelief, enunciating every word. Harper, you know how important that is to me. Who gave you the right to give it away? That is mine. I would smash it to dust before I let that bastard wear it. Harper looked furious. Caleb, am I being too nice to you? Liam kept wiping his eyes while Piper hugged him, soothing him. She turned to scream at me. Caleb, stop being a bully. I laughed soundlessly. Liam steals my most precious possession, and I'm the bully? Harper, Piper, don't yell at Caleb, Liam whimpered. It's all my fault. I'm not worthy of wearing his stuff. He yanked at the bracelet and accidentally scratched his wrist. A thin line of blood appeared. The sisters panicked. Harper scrambled for the first aid kit. They fought to disinfect and bandage a scratch that barely broke the skin. In the past, if I got a paper cut, they would fuss over me. Now, their empathy belonged to someone else. The light in my eyes finally went out. Caleb, look what you did. Are you happy now? Harper grabbed the bracelet and threw it at me, her eyes full of disappointment. I caught it, checking it carefully, then turned to leave. Harper, Piper, from now on, you only have Liam. I'll treat our past like a dream. Now the dream is over, and it's time to wake up. I reached the top of the stairs when Harper spoke coldly. Where do you think you're going? Move your stuff downstairs. You're sleeping in the room next to the housekeeper from now on. I paused. The room next to the housekeeper was a storage closet. No need, I said calmly. I'm moving back to my own house. The sisters paused, surprised. But then, identical looks of mockery crossed their faces. Caleb, stop playing hard to get. That passive-aggressive act doesn't work on me, Harper scoffed. If you walk out that door, don't come crawling back. Piper sneered. Exactly. Stop being dramatic. Who are you putting on a show for? I ignored them and started down the stairs. Caleb, Liam called out. I turned to look just as he lunged. He shoved me hard in the chest. The world spun. I tumbled backward down the staircase. When I woke up, I was in a hospital bed, a splitting pain radiating from my arm. The fracture compounded the injury from the rocks earlier. The doctor said I was lucky to get there in time, or I might have lost the use of the arm permanently. Lying there, staring at the cast, my anger rose like a tide. I remembered the sisters' sneering faces and Liam's vicious shove. Click! The door opened. Liam walked in, eyes red and puffy, holding a thermos of soup. Caleb, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to scare you. I didn't mean for you to fall. I made this soup myself. Please, can you forgive me? He offered the bowl with trembling hands, looking like he was about to cry. Crash! I swept the bowl aside. It shattered, splattering soup everywhere. Liam collapsed to the floor, weeping. I stared at him. Cut the act. You didn't mean it. Do you believe it yourself? I know exactly what you're doing. Do you realize you almost permanently disabled my right hand? Just then, Harper and Piper walked in. No guilt on their faces. Why are you playing the victim? Harper asked arrogantly. You took a spill? Stop acting like we tried to kill you. Piper nodded. Seriously, don't try to use this to get sympathy. I clenched my jaw. You two sleep well at night, don't you? Harper just laughed coldly. If you had just listened, none of this would have happened. Stop being ungrateful. Harper gently helped Liam up, dusting off his knees with a tenderness that made me sick. In their eyes, only Liam existed. Whether I lived or died didn't matter. Piper glared at me. Do you know Liam made that soup from scratch? If you didn't want it, fine, but why smash it? Liam choked back a sob. Piper, don't blame Caleb. It's my fault. I just wanted to horse around. I didn't think he'd actually fall. He admitted pushing me a minute ago, and now he was rewriting history in front of them. Shameless. Fine, I said. Let's call the police. Let them sort it out. Panic flashed across Liam's face. He dropped to his knees, wailing. Caleb, no police. Please. I can't have a record. I worked so hard to get out of poverty. You'll ruin my life. I swear I didn't mean it. I watched him coldly. Who is this performance for? Seeing I wasn't buying it, Liam started banging his head against the floor in a frenzy. Caleb, please. I'm begging you. His forehead turned red, then started to bleed. The sisters' hearts shattered. Caleb, I didn't know you were this vicious. Harper screamed. Calling the cops? You want to destroy his future. Piper rushed over. You make me sick, Caleb. He knows he was wrong. You're a grown man. Why are you being so petty? The two women who swore to protect me were now verbally ripping me apart when I was the one in the hospital bed. And me? I asked, my voice trembling. When Liam first arrived and accused me of pushing him. How did you treat me? You locked me in the wine cellar for 3 days. No food, no water. I almost died in there. Now, he pushes me down the stairs in front of you, and this is how you react. Harper and Piper went silent, faces flushing pale then red. Liam banged his head harder, blood trickling down his face. Caleb, I know I was wrong, please. Harper softened immediately. Liam, don't be scared. Piper and I are on your side. Piper gritted her teeth at me. Caleb, it's just a minor injury. Do you have to hold a grudge? I almost lost my arm, and to her it was minor. Liam had a scratch, and it was a tragedy. Liam, don't be afraid of him, Piper soothed. There are no cameras at the house. And Harper, and I didn't see you push him. Right, Harper? Harper hesitated for a split second, then nodded. Watching them rewrite reality, my heart turned to ice. My anger peaked, and then, strangely, I laughed. Good. That's great, I said. So facts don't matter. Liam is your universe, and my life is irrelevant. Liam stood up with Piper's help, a triumphant glint in his eyes. I was too tired. I didn't have the energy for this anymore. Fine. Mom left me in your care. Consider today the end of that debt. Everything you've done for me is paid off. We don't owe each other anything. Get out. The sisters looked conflicted, probably assuming I was just throwing a tantrum. Harper sighed, her face softening into a fake mask of concern. Caleb, I know you're upset. We'll talk when you've calmed down. Her eyes were cold. I was disgusted. Just rest, Piper added. Even if it was Liam's fault, he apologized. We'll come back in a few days. They didn't come back for a week. After I was discharged, I went back to my own empty house. Memories flooded in. After the car crash that killed my mom, my aunt wanted to take me to the West Coast. Harper and Piper threatened to run away if I left. They moved me into the Sterling estate, swearing to be my family. And for years, they were. They doted on me. Until Liam Tate showed up. Liam was a scholarship student the Sterling Foundation supported. He graduated a month ago and came to the estate. Don't worry, Caleb. We're just helping him network. He'll be gone soon, they had said. Day one. Liam claimed I pushed him downstairs. He lay on the floor, shivering like a wounded puppy. I fell. Don't blame Caleb, he didn't mean it. I couldn't defend myself. The sisters said they had spoiled me too much and needed to teach me a lesson. The cellar. That was when I realized their vows were just childhood nonsense. But I held on to hope because breaking a lifelong bond is hard. Now I was finally done. I took out my phone and called Serena Roth, heiress to the Apex Group. Serena? Is our marriage pact still valid? Serena had grown up with us too. We were engaged as kids. After my mom died, the Sterling sisters chased her off every time she came see me. I stood by and did nothing. I still felt guilty about the hurt in her eyes. Later, the Roth family imploded. Serena was kicked out. She tried to start her own company, but the Roths blacklisted her. No one in the city would help her. When I found out, I took almost all the inheritance my mother left me and secretly loaned it to her, hiding it from the Sterling sisters. I remembered Serena crying when the funds hit her account. She swore that if she failed, she'd pay me back somehow. If she succeeded, I'd be the majority shareholder. 3 years later, her company, Apex Group, was a titan, rivaling the old Roth empire. There was a long silence on the line. I thought she'd refuse. If it's not valid, that's okay. If you're willing, her voice trembled, I'll pick you up tomorrow at 8 a.m. We'll go to City Hall. Okay, I said. That evening, I had a media interview scheduled. I'd won several prestigious design awards. But when I arrived at the venue, I saw the Sterling sisters and Liam. Liam was wearing a designer suit, sitting in my chair, being interviewed. I stood there, stunned, then understood. Liam had a design degree, but zero talent. The only way the media would swap me for him was if the Sterlings paid a fortune. This interview would launch his career. Harper and Piper saw me and immediately blocked my path, shielding Liam like bodyguards. Caleb, Harper said, looking a bit guilty but determined. Let Liam have this interview. You're already famous in the industry. This doesn't matter to you. But Liam needs the break. Exactly, Piper chimed in. It's his first interview. Liam side-eyed me, smirking. Just go, Caleb, Harper said. You standing here will make him nervous. They were worried I'd make a scene. Since I was getting married tomorrow, I didn't care. I wanted to be as far away from them as possible. Plus, as the majority shareholder of Apex, a small interview meant nothing to me. Fine, I said. During the break, Liam put on his pathetic act again. Caleb, please don't be mad. I begged Harper to bring me. If it makes you feel better, hit me. I won't complain. It's all my fault. It's fine, I said flatly. Harper and Piper looked shocked at my indifference. Caleb, aren't you angry? Aren't you jealous? Jealous? What was the point? I was dead inside regarding them. No, as long as you're happy. They exchanged confused looks, wanting to say more, but I turned and walked away. The next morning, I met Serena outside City Hall. She was impeccable, elegant makeup, radiating a cold, regal aura. 3 years in the trenches had turned the girl next door into a powerhouse CEO. She outclassed the Sterling sisters in every way. But she looked tired. Didn't sleep well? I asked, her eyes filled with undisguised pain. She threw herself into my arms, hugging me tightly. I stiffened, then relaxed. We were about to be husband and wife. She pulled back, eyes red. Caleb, as soon as you called, I knew something happened. Her expression turned icy. I didn't realize those two idiots were treating you like this. She pulled out her phone and called her assistant right in front of me. Target the Sterling Corporation. 500 million. Burn it. I was moved. Serena was genuinely furious. The Sterling business wasn't in the same league as Apex. Back when the sisters bullied her, She was vulnerable. Now, she was a giant. Crushing their company was child's play. She hung up and looked up at me. Caleb, if the Sterlings can't discipline their daughters, I'll do it for them. You don't mind, do you? I smiled and shook my head. No, I've cut ties. Their fate has nothing to do with me. Serena smiled, a real, brilliant smile. After we got the marriage license, Serena drove me back. Caleb, I need to wrap up a few projects. Once that's done, let's go on our honeymoon immediately. We'll do the wedding ceremony when we get back. Okay. Serena was always efficient. I nodded. As her car drove off, I closed the front door. Seconds later, banging erupted. It was the sisters. They lived next door. They must have seen Serena. What? I asked, opening the door. They were out of breath. You are not allowed to be with Serena Roth, they yelled in unison. I looked at them coldly. They abandoned me for Liam, yet felt entitled to police my love life. Who I'm with is none of your business. Who are you to me? They stammered. Piper grabbed my arm. Serena has an agenda. She doesn't actually care about you. I ripped my arm away. An agenda? Like what? You two threw me away, and now you trash her? It's pathetic. We're strangers now. Leave me alone. Harper stepped forward, eyes manic. We threw you away? You've been stringing us both along for years. You enjoyed our attention, treated us like backups, and now you blame us? Piper gained confidence. Yeah, Liam is genuine. Why shouldn't we be nice to him? It was so absurd I laughed. Stringing you along? I cherished our friendship. You trashed it. If Liam is so great, go be with him. Why are you here? I shoved them out and slammed the door. Caleb, they pounded on the wood, but I walked away. I stayed home for a few days to let my arm heal. Serena had gourmet meals delivered daily, all my favorites. The sisters realized I was serious. They camped on my porch. At first, they were angry, shouting demands. Then, their voices grew quiet, pleading, begging to explain. People only cherish things once they're gone. Serena called. I got dressed. Caleb, the sisters rushed me when I stepped out. They looked haggard. I ignored them and walked to the curb. Harper grabbed my sleeve. Are you going to see her? Does it matter to you? Caleb, how can you be so heartless? Harper teared up. We grew up together. Have you forgotten everything? Piper sobbed. We know we messed up. Can't you give us one more chance? What does Serena have that makes you throw us away? I yanked my sleeve free. A chance? Did you give me a chance when you chose Liam? Did you give me a chance when you watched him push me? Harper looked frustrated, but tried to stay calm. Caleb, I admit we neglected your feelings. But even if you're mad, there has to be a limit. Exactly, Piper said. You're just jealous. We'll stop talking to Liam, okay? I don't care if you talk to him or not, I said. Just then, Harper's phone rang. The caller ID said Liam. She hesitated. Answer it, I scoffed. Might be an emergency. She answered, panic washing over her face. She grabbed Piper. Caleb, something happened. I have to go. Do not go see Serena. We'll be right back. I watched them run off without a backward glance. Serena had planned the honeymoon. On the way to the airport, my phone buzzed. A photo from Liam. Him and the sisters at a theme park. They were hugging him, grinning. Liam, Caleb, they belong to me. Don't think you can steal them back. I turned off my phone. We traveled everywhere. Serena finally relaxed, laughing like the girl she used to be. We watched the sunrise over the ocean, cheered at soccer matches in Europe, camped under stars. 2 months later, while skiing in the French Alps, we ran into an old acquaintance. He told us the news. The Sterling family business had lost over $500 million in 2 months. The stock tanked. They traced the leak to Liam. Mr. Sterling, the patriarch, went nuclear. He beat Liam so bad the kid might lose a leg. Liam begged on his knees, but they dragged him out. The sisters didn't even try to stop it. Apparently, the sisters were going insane looking for me. Hearing this, I took Serena to a Michelin-star dinner to celebrate. I wasn't surprised, Mr. Sterling snapped. His company was only worth $1 billion or so. Losing half of that in 2 months was catastrophic. It was Apex Group's doing. He had no Serena was behind it. Since Serena had no beef with him, the only link was me. He wouldn't take it out on his precious daughters, so Liam became the punching bag. I realized why Serena wanted the honeymoon first, to get me away from the fallout. 3 days later, we returned home. Harper and Piper showed up immediately. They looked wrecked. Upon seeing me, they burst into tears. Caleb, we're so sorry. It was all Liam. He manipulated us. We want things back to how they were. Liam confessed when Dad kicked him out, Harper sobbed. He admitted he fell down the stairs on purpose. Piper nodded frantically. He told us he said you were just playing with us. We saw him bleeding and we panicked. We didn't know he was acting. He said something and you believed it? I asked. We grew up together and you trusted a stranger over me? You never made a choice between us, Harper stammered. We thought. Maybe he was telling the truth. If Liam hadn't appeared, I would have chosen one of them eventually. But I had to thank him. He showed me who they really were. It's over, I said, when you left me to drown in the ocean to save him. When you watched him push me down the stairs and blame me. My heart died. I'm moving on, but I will never forgive you. Leave. Harper tried to grab my hand, but pulled back. Caleb, we honestly thought only Liam fell in the water. We love you. I smiled bitterly. Remember when I first moved in? You swore to protect me. You did for a while. You pulled me out of my grief. I was grateful. I planned to treat you like queens for the rest of my life. But you threw me away. Liam shows up, lies about me, and you join in bullying me. You call that love? They collapsed to the ground, sobbing. We just wanted to teach you a lesson. We didn't think it would go this far. A lesson that almost killed me twice. Caleb, we were so stupid. Serena stepped out of the house, hooking her arm through mine. She looked down at them like a queen surveying peasants. Caleb is my husband now. Stop harassing him. The sisters froze. Then rage. Husband? Serena, are you crazy? Caleb would never marry you. He said he'd marry one of us. I pulled Serena close. Oh, I forgot to mention. We got married 2 months ago. We just got back from our honeymoon. Their faces went ghostly pale. No. That's impossible. You're lying. Serena pulled out the marriage certificate. Harper broke down completely. Caleb, how could you? What about our promises? Piper pointed at Serena. You used some trick to trap him. You shameless witch. Serena laughed. Love isn't a trick. Caleb chose me because we understand each other. Unlike you, who only know how to hurt him. I kissed the top of Serena's head. She's right. When I was at my lowest, Serena was there. You were the ones holding the knife. I raised a hand to stop their protests. We're happy. Go find your own lives. We turned to go inside, but Serena stopped. She walked back to the sisters, her eyes dangerous. Harper, Piper. One last warning. If you come near my husband again, losing $500 million will look like a mercy. I will bury the Sterling family so deep you'll never see daylight. They trembled, terror replacing their anger. You wouldn't, Harper whispered. Serena smirked. Try me. She turned and walked inside, leaving them broken on the driveway. They never came back. I sold my house to get away from the memories and bought a new estate near Apex HQ. The next time I heard about them was on the news. Liam, crippled and vengeful, returned to the Sterling estate one night. He set the house on fire. Mr. Sterling died in the blaze. The sisters survived, but were severely burned and disfigured. The family went bankrupt shortly after. Liam got life in prison. Years later, I was volunteering at a shelter with Serena and our kids. I looked up and saw 2 figures in line. It was Harper and Piper. They were thin, dressed in rags, their once beautiful faces covered in burn scars. They saw me. They froze, looking terrified, ashamed, expecting me to mock them. I just sighed softly. Long time no see. Harper's eyes welled up. She looked down, whispering, Caleb, we're sorry. We regret trusting Liam every single day. I wish I could kill him. This is our karma. She finished speaking, grabbed a weeping Piper, and ran away. That was the last time I ever saw them. Story complete.